Listen, you know the video is gonna be spicy when you see me smoking a cigarette. What's up, guys? Kai with TK Speed Shop. And before we dive into this pile of Yukon goodness, I'm gonna show you some little clips. This was gonna be the video, and now we're having to redirect. So yeah. Today we're gonna be doing fuel system. I want to retain my stock lines and all that stuff. So we're gonna do that. I got some hose. I got a regulator, well, fuel filter regulator combo, some more hose, and a bunch of fittings. The plan for this is to retain the stock line so I don't have to drop the gas tank. That will be awesome. The guy says that he replaced the fuel pump in this back in 22. It's last tagged in 23. So let's just say that fuel pump's got a year of usage in it. Let's just call it how we see it, okay? Should be a good fuel pump. Shouldn't have to worry with nothing. Let's hope. We got these stock gas lines on the frame rail of the Yukon, and we need to get all that stuff underdone. Now, they sell some brackets, of course, from ICT. And basically, these are going to screw in to the factory return and feed line of our regular brackets, convert it over to AN, and then we're able to convert that stuff over to this, make a line, run it up to our fuel rail, use one of these quick connects, and bada bing, bada boom, problem solved. This is the fuel filter, okay? So we have our main line right here, and then we have our return line up here, okay? That's also where these things are connected to. I don't know if you can see that, but the goal is for me to break this shit loose. That way we can get to work. I want to break it loose. I want to break this return line first. How about that? So this return line is 5/8. I already smell the freaking gas. Do I got a bigger one with me? Did I really get all the way down here and not bring a bigger wrench? Yep, I got all the way down here and I didn't bring a bigger wrench. Go figure. Yep, that's it. Let me put my goggles on. Be my luck, I break that line loose and get sprayed out with freaking gas. Alright. Oh, that was pretty easy to break loose. That worries me. Do we have pressure in you? Nope. Nope, no pressure in that line. That's great. Okay. Now let's take this line right here, which is our feed line. We're gonna go ahead and break him loose. I don't know how much this you guys can realistically see because the light, as you can tell, is not lighting up as greatly as I thought it would be. But we're gonna get through this, guys, together. Is it 11/16? Yep. Oh, would you look at that? That threaded right on out. Okay. Oh, there's some gas. There it is. Okay. Oh, let me re-angle. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, not good. I was getting freaking gas in my underwear. Where I was laying it, ooh, that gas looks horrible. Ooh, I got gasoline all in my drawers now. Let me see, can I position you guys with a little bit more better camera / lighting angle. I'm pretty sure the last thing you want is gasoline all down in your area. Oh no, that felt weird. Anyway, this is kind of how I'm working. So I kind of got like the light shine this way. We're gonna have to bring the light around this way now. Okay, so boom, we got that stuff out. All right, so there it is right there. We got this line, which is the feed line. That's the return line. Okay, if you look real closely on this line, there's a little O-ring right there. We need to replace that O-ring, and that line also has a little O-ring on it. Now let me, it's weird looking at you guys from this angle. Let me drag this out, and I'm gonna show you guys our table of fittings and how we're gonna go down with this. Okay, so this is our factory lines. Okay, you see we have the big chunky boy for the feed, and then we have the return and all that. All right, let me kind of stock filter replacement. Yeah, they about the same damn size. Okay, anyway, we need to, and you can't mess this up, see, in. So basically we're going to replace that fuel filter with this fuel filter. Comes with the fittings. I bought all this stuff, by the way, guys, from Evil Energy. So they came with these quick connects. And this is what we're going to use to convert our line. Okay. So let's show you how they work real quick. They unscrew. You see this? Boop! That's how you know you got the right one on there. Anyway, take this little collar. And you just thread it on. And just like that, we got a line. We can convert that to AN. Same thing for this one. And what this one does, locks in place. All right. Clean up all the debris. Get you something and snip off them O-rings, cause they're pretty bad. All right, let's see. So this again is the feed line. That's the return line. This one is bigger than this one. Let's see. Yes, this one is bigger. So this is the feed. Comes with a supplied O-ring. Yep. Now we're gonna take this, insert. Boom, that's converted. Ding! That's how simple it was. Who would have thought? I don't know if you can see from this angle. No, not really. So we need to, first and foremost, these two need to get married together. So we need to figure out Now that we've gone over that pile, we keep stuff 100% a bill with you. So if I come across something that does not work, I'm gonna be sure to let you know. Now, excuse me while I go get on the Jungle website and go order the correct Corvette fuel filter regulator thingamabobble, and then when I bring you guys back, we're gonna be in a new set of clothes. It's gonna be a new day, and we're gonna go from there, and we're gonna get this fuel system situated on this Yukon. All right, gang, it's a new day. Like I said, I was bringing you guys back. So let's talk about what transpired real quick. Now, I'm not going to be bashing Evil Energy. I'm still going to continue to use Evil Energy stuff because I use their fittings for literally all sorts of crap. So, this was my first time buying something from them that was not their fittings, their hoses, or any of that stuff. So, I got two for comparison, guys. Two for comparison. Let's talk about this. All right. So, as you guys saw, we was in the middle of changing out the fuel filter and all that stuff. Yeah? Okay. Make sure we're on the same page here. This is the new one. This is from somebody else, completely different manufacturer. We got this on Amazon. This is what we got, okay? This is from Evil Energy. This is their Corvette, their version of the Corvette regulator. I'm 100% positive the majorities are made in the same place. Either way that goes, okay? Quality, yada, 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 gotcha. Okay, so we didn't have an issue with the slip-on fittings. There was no issue there with these, all right? But on this end, you get this little adapter, okay? And it's supposed to just smush straight down in there. My problem is this. I should not be able to do this. This messed up the whole game. Now, I can't pull it out, so it's secure, but this, I don't like that. And this was 39 bucks. For 60 bucks, this is called Goody Speed. It has some good reviews on them. This one is made, and it already has the AN fittings brazed on. That looks nice. Real nice. A lot of good reviews. If you look at these, they're basically the same dang thing. I'm talking about all the way down to the mount. See what I'm saying? Same mount. I mean, you can tell, like, this got the copper. This one got just your plain Jane regular one. But this is pretty much identical. Like, literally identical. Crazy how that works, huh? Again, I'm really, really real with you guys. So when something doesn't work, don't you worry. You're going to know. Now, could this just be a defect? Possibly. I don't know. Again, this is my first time buying something from them that is not a fitting. Their fittings are kind of cheap. I'm not going to lie, but they do work. And I'm still using their fittings on this project. So do with that as you will. But my experience with this fuel filter regulator combo, I can't trust it. It's Amazon. I'm not finna sit here and go through the whole process of returning all this. I would probably lose sleep over getting in contact with people over this. And yeah, so just gonna put that over there. And we're just gonna pretend that never happened. So, now let's get back up underneath this Yukon and install this one. For this installation, we are going to be using some of the following things. We're going to be using the push lock connectors from Evil Energy. We're going to be using Evil Energy's fuel pressure hose. That's some really good stuff. Some clamps. And I went down to my local hardware store and got this. Really didn't need it. But we're going to sleeve that line right there as it's going up to the fuel rail. And we're going to, the way that I'm going to be grafting this fuel line is it's going to follow the rail like it normally would. And then I'm going to arch it up onto the body. And I'm going to like make it go in the transmission, come out the top side of the transmission where the fuel rail is. Just for extra precaution of it rubbing or nicking on anything. I'm going to put this on it. The headers are going to be coming down there anyway. Is it necessary? Probably not, but it'll help me sleep better at night. So I'm not going to include this in the optional doing the fuel system price, but hey, it's there. Okay, back under you go. Something like that. Okay. We're back underneath the vehicle. Okay. Now, where's my new pump? There's my new pump. With my new filter. Alright. So, let's explain what's going on real quick. Alright. You have this stock line and this stock line, okay? I removed that out. Now, you might be wondering, but what are these fancy fittings? Alright. So this is the factory feed, and that's the factory return, okay? These pumps pump 60 to 66 PSI. So, ICT sells adapters, all right? So this is like a 16 like by 1.5, 14 by 1.5. They sell them on the site. They're super cheap. I'll leave all that stuff down below. But basically, it converts these over to AN fittings, and from there you see where we're going with this. So we're gonna take this chunky boy right here, and this is gonna go up on the rail. Our return is this big one, our feed is this one, okay? And we're basically gonna make some lines that go from there to there and then up to the engine compartment. It'll make a lot more sense when I kind of get this up in the air, but just bear with me. Now, let's talk about making lines, all right? I'm going to be using these push locks, okay? They're from Evil Energy. Look, listen. Now, I don't know what I had going on with that filter regulator combo thing, but these work, all right? These are the push lock ones. We're going to basically just use some regular old 3/8 fuel injection hose that I also got from Evil Energy. Okay, see? I use stuff that I'm familiar with that I know works. Now, a lot of people like to take these freaking things and just slide them on and that's it. I recommend at least putting the fuel injection clamp as close as you can get it onto this. That's just an extra precaution. Okay, so we're gonna slide up underneath here. Try not to blind you. All right, see how we got this side threaded on? Okay, look, we're down to this one. Now you see how much hose? I went ahead and I threaded this one all the way on, just like I threaded that one all the way on. So we know they're at their utmost upright position. If you bring this down, I need to cut it right about at the 7. We want a little squish, okay? So we're gonna cut it at the 7. All right. So guys, you know Girl Roy, she's the shop dog, okay? All right, so we kind of just inherited her. She just showed up one day. It was raining real bad. I felt bad. I started feeding her, whatever. She kind of became my dog, technically. Well, she also later on became pregnant and had all these little puppies. Never knew this dog's baby daddy. I believe he's the baby daddy because I ain't never seen him a day before in my life. And he just showed up. Ain't that right, Rufus? Huh? Your name's Rufus, huh? Whatever your name is, you the baby daddy, huh? Yeah, you the baby daddy. They look just like you. So you the culprit. Hey, I got some missed payments that I need taken care of with these little munchkins you having running around my neighborhood. Okie gang. Now that we're back. Alright. Let's check our fitment. All these goddamn dogs. Yep. See? Just like that, gang. We got a nice line. So there. We're gonna unthread this one. That way I can go ahead and tighten up this line right here. And we can call that one donezo. What is it, 11/16? No fuel leaks, gang. There we go. Hey, one of y'all peeing, I hear you. I don't know where you at, but when I get from up underneath this truck, your behind is mine. This should be perfect. Now we need to make a line going from this up to the rail. All right, see how factory that look with the heat shield protection on it? I just wrapped myself in the face, but you see how factory that look? It looks nice, don't it? I know, I did it myself. Anyway, we're just gonna snake this on down. Well, I want this line going okay. I want this line right here. I want it snaking up, and I want it right here. I gets my gas line up out the way. I gets my gas line protected in some kind of insulation. There's nothing on rough edges or touching my line or anything like that. Let me show you. Ugh. Move, doggy. Move, doggy. Move. Look. So, move, doggy. Yeah. So if you see right here, the fuel is coming out and it's going up and boom. And then it's like straight shot up behind the transmission, straight to the fuel rail. And that's pretty much how easy it is to convert these things. So let's go back over to let's do a synopsis, okay? So you got your stock setup in here. You rip all that out, you leave these two lines. Remember your low pressure or your return line, I don't know why I keep saying low pressure. Your return line is the top line, and your pressure line or your feed line is the bottom line. All right, ICT Billet sells these adapters. These adapters adapt to AN6 lines. One of these dogs just killed my light. Hey, that little bastard unplugged my light. And running off of my extension cord. These dang dogs ran off with my stuff and unplugged my cord. Okay. One last time, gang. And we're gonna call it a video. If you like this kind of content, subscribe down below, guys. We're actually gaining subscribers by the buttloads. So I really appreciate all the love and the support. All right, you can see where the stock filter was at. So yeah, your feed line goes into your Corvette regulator filter. You have a return line. That return line is the line, again, up here. And then you have your feed line. These fittings, ICT, I'm going to put them in the comment section down below. It was really, really cheap. That fitting is a 16 times 1.5. That's a 14 times 1.5. Your regulator, some 3/8 fuel line, and it's optional whether or not you need to get some kind of protection for your fuel line. I'm going for a factory look. So, you don't have to buy that. That is optional. That is literally it. I did not have to drop the gas tank. I didn't have to do any of that weird stuff. I was able to retain all my metal lines from the tank up until the filter, and then I didn't even use. I maybe used like 6 foot of fuel hose, maybe, because that roll of Evil Energy hose that I got was like 3/8. I don't know. I might not even use 6 foot. I might have used. Let's see. I'm 6 foot tall, so. Let's just cut it out in the middle. I use 5 foot of hose, okay? So, yeah, not bad. And to top it all off, this was absolutely cheap. Let's go over the cost real quick. Well, I got you guys here. I'm gonna pull it straight from my phone because I just like ordered this stuff. Okay, I just ordered this stuff. That fill filter, look at that. Look at the date. I don't know if you can see that. September 14th. Yep. That was $68. Okay. I'm going to put that in the comment section down below. So let's just say $70. Let's go look at our fittings. I used a total of 4 fittings. You can buy 4 of these off Amazon, $21.49, so $22. So that's $70, $22, that's $92. Okay. And let me just look at the rest of the stuff. One of those fittings was $17.99. That was the 16 by 1.5. And then we got the other one. $17.99. So $18, $36, $92 with $36. We're looking at $128, okay? $128. And for shits and giggles, let's throw in the fuel hose. Hey, baby daddy. Fuel hose. Right there. I got that one. I paid $15. So yeah, $15. So $143. So let's just round it all up. $150. We was able to do our fuel system in the OBS Yukon for the LS swap. Everything's good to go. So I love you guys. Pretty simple, pretty cheap. So $150 plus the $61, we are officially $216 invested into the Yukon, guys. So if you like this kind of content, drop it down below. Let me know how we doing. Again, these videos are going to be a little bit different than what I normally do because this is a different kind of project. My goal for you guys is to make a affordable, cheap LS swap in an OBS truck for pennies, but make it efficient at the same time, which leaves you room to grow. This is Kai with TK Speed Shop. I hope you guys had a great time. I will see you in the next video. I don't know what we're gonna do next. I've been kind of spitballing. We might do the accessory. We might do the wiring stuff. I had someone comment and said their favorite LS videos are wiring. I love that for you. I also love wiring, but I suck at explaining. I'll see you in the next video. Woo!